And in this episode, I'm checking out all the sweet cars at the Southwest Speed Fest, where motorsports has been revived in Arizona.
For the first time in months, I'm out of the racetrack with my drift car, as well as Cream Puff, to go drifting for the first time since Utah, when I was drifting at the FD Salt Lake City track. I dropped off the trailer and drift car last night with my truck and decided to drive Cream Puff out this morning so I can have both 8.6s here to hang out. This event today has more than just drifting. This is a drift and global time attack racing event, car show, music festival, everything called the Southwest Speed Fest out at the Podium Club at Otessa. There's a bunch of really cool cars here, a great mix of grip cars and drift cars and all kinds of fun stuff. So we got Miata. Here's some drift cars here. I checked this out at a car show the other day. This is so cool. This is a bug-eyed WRX, flat 6 swapped with a turbo engine. This crazy roll cage back here, and then it's also got a rear mount radiator. They've been around for a long time. Like, I don't know, like 15 years ago when I first got into cars, they were one of the Subaru performance shops here in Phoenix, and they're still around. They helped build this car. And this is really cool, a crew cab dually Chevy truck. Probably has to be on airbags to be riding down that low, but man, that is really cool. And this event is absolutely massive. We have a lot of local cars, but there's also some cars from a little further away, from drivers, spectators, all kinds of stuff. I think they said they sold out of spectators. They cut off spectator sales at 450, and then I think they're gonna sell some at the gate here, but it's packed. Check this thing out. This is really cool, Civic hatch race car here. Grip car, supercharged. That's awesome. Lots of really cool old Hondas here. Just something that's neat for me because I haven't seen cars like this in a long time. Big old turbo on this one. Cool. Now over here on this side, we've got ASU out here at their Sun Devil Motorsports Formula SAE. Sweet. So if I understand this program correctly, the students will design and build cars. Well, design to some extent, but they build them and they race them. And of course, we've got Ravi with his pink NSX, turbo K20 swapped. Ravi, say hi.
Hi.
This is the guy who put this whole thing together.
There's everybody in these shirts, and everybody who attended.
He says, it's everybody, it's a team
We
effort.
are not stressed at all. We're having a great time.
So Ravi runs a shop called We Don't Lift Racing, and he has been racing for years and years and years. For as long as I've known him, he's been racing, and he's always had some really cool cars. Anyway, he put this thing together, the Southwest Speed Fest, after a bunch of feedback from people in the area, drifters, road racers, global time attack, and you know, we used to have a pretty big automotive festival here in Phoenix, but it's been a long time, and it just hasn't happened. So Ravi made it happen here at the Podium Club at Otessa, which is sweet. This is a new track that's still in the process of being built. It's not finished yet, so we're able to get here in kind of the early stages and have a good time. So you may be familiar with Get Nuts Lab, because this right here is Forrest Wang, professional drifter. And he's brought out 2 cars to drive today. Both of them look like they're set up pretty similarly. I don't know what the differences between them are, but that one looks like it's full carbon Kevlar body kit and all the everything. This one, I don't know if it's fiberglass or the same thing, but the engine setups look almost identical. It's super cool being able to see these cars in person after watching Forrest Wang compete in Formula Drift for years. And check out some of his cars in person. That's him hanging out right there. We've got another awesome S15 looking thing. This is, I think it's an S14 with an S15 front and rear end conversion, and JZ powered and all that good stuff. I don't know what happened to his other headlight. It had two last time I saw it. We've got more of these grip race cars down this way on the opposite side of the pits from the drifters. This is awesome wide body S2000. It's got an OS Geiken Superlock diff. Got a Chevy Camaro. Another S2000. I see a lot of these like fastback conversions on these. I think this is better aero, but I don't know. It's a nice hard top with that kind of fastback style. One of the cool things about Global Time Attack is it attracts a wide range of cars. So like here we've got, you know, a Volkswagen GTI, I think. And then next pit over, we've got a sweet Porsche GT2 RS. And then this absolutely bonkers Mini here. Check this out. Now, I don't know much about Minis. Got a couple of friends that really like them. They've got some friend has a John Cooper Works, but this is just a little bit more crazy than a stock one. And an SW20 MR2. I used to have one of these back in the day with a knockoff TRD wide body kit, so it's really cool to see another one out here in person. Wow, that's a crazy shifter setup. I don't think this has Toyota power. This might have a K-swap or something in it, because we've never seen a shifter like that. Lots of carbon bits on this. It's even white, just like mine was. Oh, I miss my SW20. This really brings me back to my roots. A Bug Eye WRX. It's got these awesome Advan GT wheels, Brembos, all the good stuff. Still top mount intercooler. I think that's a Turbo XS RFL. Yeah, it is. Really effing loud blow off valve. That's really cool. AC deleted, and everything looks a little shiny. It looks like maybe we lost some fluid somewhere. There we go. We got a 2-door Impreza Coupe. The first generation body. Those are awesome. Years back, before I got into E86s and other old Toyotas, I actually was a huge Subaru nerd. So it was cool seeing like a bunch of old, a bunch of Subarus from like back in my day here, still racing, still, doing cool stuff, because you don't really see as many of those anymore like you used to, say 10 years ago or so. There's a lot here, and it just makes me really happy. I think you've also got things like this. We got 2 Lotuses right next to each other, these bright orange colors, and this one's that blue. I wish I could tell you more about them, but honestly, I don't really know, other than I think they're both Lotus Elises. I've always liked the way these cars look. They combine the Toyota reliability with the powertrain with Lotus finely tuned suspension and chassis work. And a Miata.
Yeah, like.
Is that a Supra? Is that a Supra? Wow. Another Supra. 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 Silver Supra down there by those guys. One of the common misconceptions between drifters and road racers or grip racers is that it seems like grip racer guys just have so much more money. But honestly, that's not true. I think about my expenses for an event. I have 8 tires that I brought today, and I run cheap tires. Those were, say, 60 to 80 bucks a piece. That's a crap load of money that I expect to blow in one day. And a lot of consumables I go through as a drifter. And you talk to some of these grip race guys, and it's not like they have any kinds of crazy jobs that make obscene amounts of money. They just seem to budget differently. Almost every drifter I know is a do-it-yourselfer, and most drifters I know are usually pretty handy and they make a good living. But it's just we tend to spend our money on different things, whereas the grip race guys are just better at saving money, I think. That's really the only difference. It's just how we budget and how we save. Ooh, there we go. There's a nice R35 GTR. Woohoo! Hiding back here behind this nice stacker is a Viper. Now this is a cool car. One, it's a Safiro, so that's a super JDM car, right? When you get those in the US. Plus, it's got an SR20 in it. So sick. I love these cars. I just have a soft spot, I think, for most 4-door rear-wheel drive cars. Doesn't matter who makes them, where they come from, but obviously Japanese import cars are kind of my flavor. But yeah, that's just super cool. A few weeks ago, I went to a car meet and I rolled with this guy on the highway. This is really cool, JZ S13 with the graphics down there that are inspired by like the DR30 Skyline is what it looks like, or reminds me of. That's awesome. And then right next to it is a very, very clean FD RX-7. I've always been a sucker for white RX-7s. Racing Beat exhaust. Still running a rotary, which is awesome. Big turbo rotary.
You need to control.
Lots of nice polished and chromed parts. The V-mount intercooler. I've always loved that setup. Nice looking Honda Civic here. Oh, there we go. A nice classic Porsche. Cobalt SS, I'm assuming. These can be really fast. It's kind of difficult packaging with the turbo because it's right down there behind the engine, tight against the firewall. They're still pretty sweet. Another big turbo FD RX-7. It's a nice bright yellow color. Now, right here, this is more my speed, another classic Toyota. It's a lot nicer looking than my 8.6s, but a lot of similarity between them. The steering and suspension and everything, a lot of people will swap from an 8.6 into a first-gen Celica. It's got some Star Shark wheels, that's awesome. And even super clean interior. I love the detail on the headrest. It's got the little Celica badge there, the Celica Dragon. Even has the rear window louvers. Man, this is a very nice, clean example of a first-gen Celica. And I guess I should probably mention the NSX sitting next to it. Ooh, nice looking STI here, Rotora big brake kit. I haven't seen that big brake kit in a long time. Check that out. Cosworth intake manifold, APS, intercooler, pipes, lots of chromed and polished bits and bobs. It's neat to me to see a Subaru that's done up this way for like a car show, because back when I was into Subarus, you just didn't do that. Even like, look, even the AC lines under there are polished. That's so cool. Now I have a feeling because Robbie is an NSX guy, that probably has something to do with how many NSXs are here in the show and on track. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We'll go see if we can find some more down this way.
said do the 9s. I had no idea.
Ah, there we go. The new generation NSX got one of those guys here. But this is, I think, is probably one of my favorites I've seen. This old Mercedes. Ah, it looks way good. Huh. Oh, this is pretty cool. This has got a nice white paint with a blue pearl in it. I really like the way that looks. Nice silver S2000. There's actually quite a few S2000s. We've got a blue one here, red one there, white one here, plus the one we looked at just back there. Cool. This is pretty cool. A couple of vendors out here. Got HKS USA. I did not expect that. That's awesome. And then we got Motul out here too. Ah, I found a Subaru that caught my eye. I gotta go check it out. I got a Forester back here. With the, I think with the JDM front end on it. Sweet raised wheels. Nice 5 spokes. Man. What's up, Dan? I really have a soft spot for Subarus, older Subarus like this. I just, these are what got me into cars, or this era of Subarus is what got me into the automotive industry, into cars in general. So every time I see one, I always have to like, ooh, check that out. And I can't leave out the Lotus Elise right here. I spy with my little eye a Cressida hiding amongst the regular traffic. My buddy Phil's Cressida, the 1JZ Hippo Sleek body kit. I don't know where his front bumper is, probably getting some body work done, but yeah. He daily drives the crap out of this thing, and it's just awesome. He puts miles on it, drives it, and just loves it and enjoys it.